Shablagu. I always wanted to say that. It's cheesy, but Minberg Crunch is probably one of the worst characters I ever saw. It just had to be said. Hi, it's me again. Welcome to you to another edition of Killing Time. So, I've always wanted to avoid the sports talk when doing this, but you know what? I figured, fuck it. I'm a big sports nerd. I'll do it. And I think there's more enough stories going around where I figured, you know what? Fuck it. There's more enough for me to get my 2 cents about and just let it be said. So let's get to it. A couple things off the bat. UFC is still better than boxing. That's just the end of that. Yes, Manny Pacquiao got dropped and dropped hard against Marquez, but I don't care because it's boxing. Boxing hasn't been a relevant thing in quite some time. The only thing that was keeping it together, or any real shining hope, is if Pacquiao fought Floyd in the Ultimate Super Fight. But now that Pacquiao lost, that's out. And I think even if Floyd lost to someone, the fight was finished. So now that that's happened, the super fight's over. Boxing has final nail put in the coffin. It's done. UFC can finally take its rightful throne as a top, competitive fighting sport in the world. The end. Sorry, I don't see anything against it. Boxing hasn't been relevant in a long time, and there really are no fighters other than Pacquiao and Floyd that keep the sport afloat on a huge scale. Even if the fight never happens, those will be the only two fighters you'll probably care about, unless someone comes along that really has an aura to bring fans back. Let's face it, the UFC right now has the stranglehold on that. They have the kind of characters that people like to watch and talk about, and they have the fights, and they have numerous fighters, countless fighters that make you want to watch even on a broadcast TV show. Boxing doesn't have that, and they haven't had that, I think, next to never. So yes, UFC here, boxing. You know what? They're not even worthy of stroking my cock. They're not having it. So screw them. Boxing, dead. Fernando. That's it. Other sports, the NHL. I am a diehard hockey fan, and it breaks my heart to once again have a work stoppage. I think it's the fourth time since 92 this has been happening, and I totally hate Gary Bettman. I think he's the root of it all. He has tried to get the union and the players, work, together and make it all work, but in the grand scheme of it all, I think he is one of the main reasons that once again I'm forced to not have hockey. And I love hockey. I'm not a big fan of basketball. It's okay if I'm not a big fan. I love my hockey. I love my Winter Classic games that the NHL brought, and I don't have that. Especially me being a diehard Rangers fan. Last year hurt in the playoffs, losing the way we did, and recently signing Nash over all the off season. I really thought we had the squad that that was it. That was the final piece of the puzzle. Barring any major injuries, there was no reason why come June, I will be downtown in New York City, at a parade for the Rangers. But of course, that's not happening. And the way it looks, even if by some miracle we get a shortened season, I don't see that happening. But I think shortened seasons are those seasons where a team that normally wouldn't make that magical run will make the run, and they'll host the cup, and then it is what it is. Hopefully that team that does win, will be like a San Antonio Spurs when they won during the short season. They'll eventually win one or two down the line to validate that one during the short season, wasn't a fluke. But yeah, that's that. I miss the NHL. I want the NHL, and fuck you, Gary Bettman. That's all. Moving on to the NFL. I didn't think it was possible, but we do have a form of the Harlem Globetrotters in the NFL. You know them as the New York Jets. What's scary about the New York Jets is that they're very close to making the playoffs, which is scary considering how awful they've been this year. They're if they win 3 straight, and they easily have the easiest schedule going into the end of the season versus the other teams that are trying to get into the final spot, you expect them to fail because it's the Jets. The way the season's been playing out, you expect them to fail. But they could pull it off. And can you imagine after the season of follies that they've had that this works out? But that's not one getting on the Jets. This is my New York Giants Super Bowl hat. I'm not sure the logo because I don't feel like getting sued. But that is that hat. I'm a diehard Giants fan. I do root for the Jets only because of my dad. My dad grew up a hardcore Jets fan, and we watched the games together when I was growing up. So because of my dad, I do root for the Jets. I want to see them win because it makes my dad happy. So I do root for the Jets. But I think this season's a joke to them because of all the problems they had, I totally blame this on Mike Tannenbaum, the general manager, because as Bill Parcells, so like I said so many times, I will butcher the line. You need to let him, the right man, do the grocery shopping, get the ingredients, make the gumbo, and product. Mike Tannenbaum is buying all shitty kinds of groceries for the New York Jets. And I don't blame Tim Tebow. I totally do not blame Tim Tebow. And this is why I don't blame Tim Tebow. When Tebow was in Denver, what did he do? He won. Did he stick up the joint sometimes? Yes. But here's my defense of Tim Tebow. Everyone kept saying, oh, the defense bailed him out. What's up for the defense? He lost all those games. Look, the defense did its job. It was the defense. It stopped the other team. It got the ball back to the offense. They did their job. Did Tebow stick it up every now and then? Yes, but he did his job when it mattered. Clutch. He repaid the defense for stopping the other team, for getting those turnovers here and there, wherever he can get it, and made the team pay. He put points on the board, either a touchdown, a game-tying field goal, a game-winning field goal, an OT made sometimes, but he did it when it mattered. And my problem with that, the Tebow slamming, is because I look at where he came from. He was drafted by Denver by Josh McDaniels, who was a notable offensive coordinator. Who do you work with? Tom Brady. that should be like green flags everywhere. Josh McDaniels was going to mold Tim Tebow. He had him sit behind Cal Orton to learn the offense. It was eventually McDaniels' idea to wean Tebow into the offense. I just smacked the camera. But to wean him into the offense. That never happened because, well, Orton, surprisingly, one year just did good. Got Denver into a winning record, made a wild card. And the next year, Denver sunk it up so bad that Daniels was gone. Tebow never got to learn properly under Daniels, and McDaniels, I think it was, whatever. And, yeah. In came John Fox, who is a joke. I'm sorry, I don't trust John Fox. I really wish there's a way Peyton Manning can succeed and John Fox to lose, but unfortunately, as long as Peyton Manning is there, John Fox is going to get a magical pass in Denver, and as a Manning, he's just a shitty coach. I'm sorry. Great defensive mind. Yes, he had a Super Bowl run with Carolina, but yeah, Dan Henning running the offense, who was the brains behind the offense, not Fox. And because, as I said, after Henning was gone, he got fired during that 1 year in Carolina when they were ravaged with injuries. They had no offensive playmakers, kind of like the Jets are running right now. And the corner got slammed, and off he went. Fox somehow got the pass. But who was Carolina's quarterback? Jake Delhomme. Do you hear that name anymore? Anywhere? He went to other teams, and all of a sudden he just couldn't play anymore. That's because Dan Henning made Jake Delhomme. Dan Henning probably could have made Tim Tebow, but that's a whole other just alternate reality kind of thing. But that's what I'm trying to get at, is that the coordinator was supposed to work with Tebow, didn't happen. He comes to New York, where he gets Tony Sparano. Sparano is not a quarterback guru. I mentioned Dan Henning's name because Dan Henning was the offensive coordinator with Sparano in Miami. He made that Wildcat run. Not Sparano, Henning. But we got Sparano instead, who got fired from Dallas. I'm sorry, left Dallas to go to Miami. Got fired out of Miami. And let's face it, no, he did get fired from Dallas, didn't he? Yeah, he did. And then Miami, and then that didn't work out. So we get the recheck of the reject, calling the shots for offense that let go of Plexico. I don't understand that. And you're running a supposed Wildcat while not running a Wildcat. Henning ran the system, not Sparano. I don't know how Sparano got the job, but fuck it, whatever. But Tebow gets blamed for all this shit. He's the cause of the Jets' follies and the quarterback situation and the team chemistry. It's Tannenbaum. Tannenbaum is the one who pulled the trigger ultimately to bring Tebow to New York when Tebow didn't belong in New York. You can say Tebow wanted to come to New York, that's fine, but ultimately it's Tannenbaum who has to hit the switch to make the deal okay. It was Tannenbaum that did it. Tannenbaum should have said no and went after quality surrounding players for Sanchez. He doesn't have that in New York. And to make matters worse, with all the injuries he's had on the offensive side of the ball, he's taking a step back because all the years he's been a quarterback, he has Schottenheimer, he gets Sparano, who can't call a blind man fucking a monkey to save his life, but yeah, his is who he has. And then he has second stringers, third stringers who aren't really that good, and then Sanchez just takes a backwards fucking fall and just it's been sticking up this year. And then the whole locker room divides, all that shit. Listen, I totally blame Tannenbaum because It's ultimately him calling the decisions, who he wants playing for the Jets. He's obviously not listening to the coaches involved, because if he was, I'm pretty sure they would have said, yeah, Tim Tebow is great, but we have no right receivers. We have a receiver. We have Holmes. We have a kind of receiver in Keller, and that's it. We have a bunch of young kids who are improving. We're hoping they'll work out, but they're not there. And then here we are with the Jets, and they're fucking up. So yeah, I totally don't blame Rex. I don't blame Mark. I mean, they have their share of it too, but the ultimate head of it all is Tannenbaum. I think if the Jets do survive, unfortunately, he'll keep his job, but I really think they should fire him and get rid of Sperano and get everyone else involved. I want to keep Rex there because I think Rex is a good coach, and this is why I think he's a good coach. Remember when that anonymous person came out and said Tebow was garbage? What did Ryan do? He called out his team and said, "You're all a bunch of cowards. If you got the balls, stand up, say it to his face." And the team did that. No one spoke up, and I think if someone did speak up, I think that would have been a slap to Ryan if he slammed Ryan for sticking for Tebow and defending Tebow as opposed to something else. I think the fact that he went into the room, demanded everyone's attention, and said, "You're all a bunch of cowards. You don't slam teammates. Speak up. You're gonna speak up about the teammates. Speak up now. While he's in front of me, don't do it on." And no one said anything. Everyone just said this. So I think Ryan does have the respect of his players. I think he deserves at least one more year to make it right. Get rid of Tannenbaum, get rid of Sperano, get some guys that can do it, and I think the Jets will be fine. Not great, I'm just saying fine. Let's see, it's UFC, that's boxing, that's the NHL, that's the NFL. NBA, I'm not a big fan. I'll just say this. The Lakers are stinking it up. They need Steve Nash to save D'Antoni's job. That's it. If Nash is healthy, he may save D'Antoni's job. If not, then you're a lost cause. The Knicks, they're real? Am I saying that? Am I drunk, high? Nope, totally sober. The Knicks are real. Holy shit, the Knicks are real. After like the decade of being, a crime of a franchise, they're a crime to look at for a while. Yep, the Knicks are real. Go Knicks. Who knew? As long as it's not Miami, that's all I care about. Let's see. We catch NHL. Let's see. Football, also known as soccer. Go Man U. That's it. Just go Man U. Fuck everybody else. Go Man U. I think that's it. I think that's my sports rabbit for today. Yeah. So, as always, I'm Vash. I'm killing time here with y'all. So, as always, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that lovely stuff. You'll see me every Wednesday, hear me every Wednesday with this Lady Bastards podcast. I'm here every Friday. At least when I'm not dying of sickness, like that one time. And, yeah, folks, I will see you soon. Take care, drink up, be merry. Bye-bye.